Columbus, third baseman number 11, Ryan Weber. Next up, center fielder number 4, Drew Schultz.
Infinity. Infinity Plus. I won. There's a more.
You said Infinity Plus.
Yeah, and there's no B.
You didn't say.
You're gonna say Infinity Plus Infinity, which is not existing.
I love you more than Infinity Plus.
Go on. Put it out there, bud.
Now batting number 14, Owen Haas.
Yeah, let's go number 14. You signed up for this.
There you go.
Hey.
That'll bring up first baseman number 15, Jackson Budd. Wall. Next up to bat, right fielder number 22, Frank Lynn. Now batting for the Sailors, left fielder number 5, Jack Sitzman. In the top of the fourth, Columbus Catholic scores 4 runs on 4 hits, 1 warrior, leaving 1 on base. Due up for Wapsie Valley, Hunter Curley, TJ Jakin, and Braden Banks. Now batting for the Warriors, number 7, Tyler Shore. Next up to bat, number 11, Hunter Curley. catcher number 29, Braden Banks.
You're right, Theo. Oh, no. Thanks, Theo. That boy.
Shoulder outside. Go, Braden.
Huck them feet so you can reach that outside. Come on, Theo. Get him here, bud. Get him.
What's going on?
Get here, Aiden. Good job. Way to battle. Another one, Aiden.
Stand there. Nobody's over there.
Now batting left fielder number 6, Logan Sauerbrei.
Go again.
next up to bat, third baseman number 22, Briggs Bateman. In the bottom of the fourth, Wapsie Valley scores 1 run on 1 hit. No Sailors leading 2 on base. After 4 our score, Warriors 12, Sailors 5. Due up for Columbus Catholic. Elijah Sitzman, Bryce Nolan, and Ryan Weber.
Testing, testing, doing sound check. Testing, testing, sound check. Hello? Sound check. Sound check. Testing, testing, sound check. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Sound check. 6 people live already. It's really faint though, isn't it? Welcome, everyone, to Wapsie Valley Warrior Baseball. We are live from Wapsie Valley Field. I am your play-by-play announcer, Shane Kelly. Today's matchup features Class 2A Columbus Catholic Sailors from the NICL Central versus our Wapsie Valley Warriors. Looks like it's going to be another great evening for baseball. Game time temperature is about 75 degrees. There is a little bit of a breeze still coming out from the east. Just to hold on a second. Sorry, I had to pause myself. I had myself playing in the other ear. But it looks like to be a great evening for baseball. It'll be a little chilly later in the evening, so if you're coming to the game, make sure you bring a jacket. The Columbus Sailors, our opponent tonight, their record is 2-3. They're coming off a huge win over 5th-ranked Dyke New Hartford last night. They beat them 6-3. They are on a 2-game winning streak, having beat Hudson 8-2 on Wednesday night. 2 of their 3 losses have come against Class 4A schools. They lost to Waterloo East and West, and the third one was against Newman Catholic, a school that has a very strong baseball program. Their top offensive players is Nick Merrifield. He's a junior. He leads the team with 5 hits and 12 at-bats. He also leads the team with 3 stolen bases. Also, Connor Knutson, he's a senior. He's second on the team with 4 hits and 15 at-bats. Tonight's pitcher will be Major Westhoff. He's a senior. He is 0-2 on the season with 6 strikeouts at a 7.88 ERA in 5.1 innings. His one start came against Mason City Newman, which, like I said before, they're a strong baseball program. So we can't be fooled by the high ERA. Talked to the coach, Bob Ettringer, before the game. He felt his keys to the game was to pound the zone with strikes, obviously limit the errors, and he feels like his team is playing a lot of confidence after the last 2 games, which he feels is very important. It's his 6th year at Columbus as a coach, but it's his 2nd year as the head coach. On the other hand, Wapsie Valley, they're 3-2 coming into this game. They had a heartbreaking loss last night against Southwind, losing in the 7th inning, 7-4. So far this season, our top offensive players have been Jake Shore. He's a junior. He's 5 out of 14 on the season. He's scored 9 runs. Tucker Latterberg, he's a junior. He's 4 out of 13. He's got our home run with 6 RBIs. Justice Kelly, he's a senior. He's 5 out of 18 on the season. He's tied with Jake for the team lead in hits, and he has a 4-game hitting streak going on. Tonight's pitcher for the Warriors will be Jackson Coolman. He is a senior. He has faced 8 batters so far this season. He's struck out 2 of them. Due to injury, he hasn't pitched much since he was a sophomore. He throws about 70 miles an hour, but his top pitch is a slider, and he'll throw an occasional changeup. Again, I talked to Tom earlier today. His keys to the game is the bats have to come alive. Last night, they only had a couple of hits, even though they scored 4 runs, so he's looking to see more hits tonight. And he needs to get some good innings out of Coleman, which on the mound, which he's hoping the defense can step up behind him, because there has been quite a few errors lately as well. Officials for today's game is John Uhall and Paul Hageman. Paul Hageman will be the one behind the plate. John Uhall will be the one at first base. Tonight's lineup will start with the Columbus Sailors. Their lineup, it should be up on the screen. Batting first is Nick Merrifield. He'll be playing second base. Batting second is Thomas Steele. He'll be in center. Batting third is Miles Gardner, playing in right field. Batting fourth is Connor Knutson. He plays first base. Batting fifth is Patrick Underwood. He plays shortstop. Batting in the 6th position is Carter Lockhart. He is the DH. He is DHing for Drew Lindsay, who will be playing in left field. Aiden Hosh is their shortstop. He is batting 7th. And then batting 8th is Major Westhoff. He is the pitcher. And then at catcher, batting 9th is John Meyer. We are getting ready for the national anthem, so I'll bring you the batting line or the lineup for the Warriors right after this.
Batting 7th in center field, number 5, Briar Bellis. Batting 8th in left field, number 34, Manny Heaver. And batting 9th, the designated hitter, number 15, Mason Harder. caps, and face the flag in center field to join our nation and those who protect its freedoms and liberties with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, folks, we're back live. Here's the lineup for the Wapsie Valley Warriors. Lineup. In right field is Kane Schmitz. At shortstop is Justice Kelly. Over in right field is Jake Shore. At catcher tonight is Tucker Latterberg. Playing third base is Blake Hesse. At pitcher tonight is Jackson Kuhlman. In center field is Briar Bellis. In left field is Manny Hebner. And at DH is Mason Harder. He will be DHing for Hunter Curley, who will be over at first base. Jackson is getting his warm-up pitches. We'll be ready to go in here in just a minute. This season live stream is sponsored by Access Systems. They are an Iowa-based company with offices across the state of Iowa and surrounding states. They feature copiers and printing solutions along with IT and phone solutions. They keep offices connected. I'm proud to say we have added 2 new sponsors to our live stream. Vandale Insurance in Fairbank. They can help you with auto, home, health, life, crop, and commercial insurance. Talk to Amber or Chad Vandale or any one of their fine agents. Also, Costa Sports Bar and Grill in Fairbank. If you are looking for a nice place to watch the game or take the family out for dinner, they do it all at Costa Sports Bar and Grill. Benny and Nita are terrific people and run a great business in Fairbank. Thank you for being a sponsor and supporting our Wapsie Valley Baseball live stream. Folks, if you are enjoying the live stream and own or run a business, consider being a sponsor, as there are plenty of opportunities. If you would like to make an individual donation, you can either donate to the Wapsie Valley Schools directly or at Wapsie Valley on Venmo. Again, that's at Wapsie Valley on Venmo. Contact Brett Bergman for more information. We are getting ready. Starting off is Nick Merrifield. He's at first base tonight. He's their top hitter, batting .417 on the season. 5 hits out of 12 at-bats. And the first pitch is a strike. Merrifield's got 5 hits out of 12 at-bats so far this season. He takes that one for a ball. He's also tied for the team lead in RBIs with 3. Like I mentioned earlier, he also leads the team in stolen bases, so Wapsie's going to want to keep him off the base. That pitch is taken for a strike. Our count is 1-2. And here's the pitch. Oh, he leaned into it. Oh, they're going to let him take his base.
Merrifield is hit by the pitch.
So that'll bring up Thomas Steele.
Center fielder number 13, Thomas Steele.
Thomas Steele is a junior. He's coming into this game hitting 3 out of 15 so far this season, which gives him a .200 batting average. I did ask some of the players who their favorite athletes was. He told me Anthony Rizzo. He's a Cubs fan. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken down low for a ball. Jackson is getting the sign. He is set. Checks the runner. And here's the pitch. That ball's hit high up in the air on the right-hand side and out of play. That makes our count 1-1.
If you retrieve a foul ball, please kindly return it to either dugout. Thank you.
Jackson's got himself a new ball. He steps on the rubber. Steele does have a couple of RBIs on the season. And here's the pitch, taken inside for a ball. That makes our count 2 balls and 1 strike. Merrifield is over at first base. That pitch is taken high for ball 3. And here's the pitch. That ball's taken for a strike. That's 70 mile an hour on that fastball. Our count is now run full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And here's the pitch. Taken outside for ball 4.
Steele draws the walk. Now batting for the St.
That'll bring up Miles Gardner. He's their center fielder. So far on the season, he's 3 out of 13. He scored a couple of runs, has an RBI. He's also taken 3 walks. Here's a pitch by Coleman. That ball is hit high up in the air. It's shallow. Right fielder is underneath it and makes. Oh, it gets by him. Jake Shore will pick that up, throw it into the pitcher. That'll go down as an error. That's been. The bases are loaded now. Don't see that very often from Jake Shore. He's very reliable out there. Our batter is now the first baseman, Connor Knutson. Knutson is a senior. He is 4 out of 15 so far on the season. He's tied for the team lead in RBIs with 3. He's got him loaded. That ball is taken for a strike. I asked him the same question. He gave me an interesting answer about who his favorite athlete was. Conor McGregor. I gave him a puzzled look there for a bit. That ball is taken outside for a ball, as I've never heard of him before. He's a UFC fighter. In fact, I told one of the Wapsie players that he had a UFC fighter. He guessed it right away. Is that Conor McGregor? Like, yep. That ball is taken outside for a ball. 2-1 is our count now. Like I said before, these Sailors have played against some tough competition. That ball is taken for a strike. 2-2. Got the bases loaded, nobody out. Kuhlman could sure use a strikeout right here. And here's the pitch. Oh, ball's taken inside. That will load the count, 3-2. And here's the pitch. That ball's a little outside. That'll score the first run of the game for the Sailors.
Knutson draws the walk. Merrifield will score for the Sailors, taking an early 1-0 lead.
And that's going to bring up Patrick Underwood.
Now batting third baseman.
He's playing third base
Underwood.
for the Sailors. He's a junior. So far on the season, he's got 3 hits and 14 at-bats. He does have a double. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 1. I'm sure this wasn't the start that Coach Jakin was looking for out of Jackson. But he hasn't gotten, yeah, he had got those errors, though, too. That ball is taken high and outside for a ball. 1-1 is our count. Jackson looks in for the sign. And here's the pitch. That ball's hit up to left field. Coming in is Hebner, and he makes the catch. Tagging on the play is the third base runner, who's going to score. So that'll go down as a sacrifice fly. And that'll make our score 2-0 Sailors. I believe that's Gardner that scored on that play. Yep, Miles Gardner. So now we got runners on first and second with 1 out. Jackson checks the runners, and here's the pitch. That ball's taken outside and high for ball number 1. And here's the pitch. Hit sharply to the third baseman, gets by him. Manny Hebner picks it up, throws it in. Runner from second is coming around to score. He's going to score easily, and advancing to second is Underwood.
Walker with the RBI single, scoring Gardner. Knudsen advances to third.
That'll make our score 2-0.
Sailors lead 3-0. Now batting for Columbus.
Make that 3-0.
Number 9, Aiden Haas.
Nice sitting next to the PA announcer. He corrects me. Aiden Haas is up to the plate now. He's their shortstop. That pitch is taken inside for a ball. 2 hits. 2 hits. 1. 1 hit so far in the game, but 3 runs. That pitch is taken outside for a ball. 2-0 is our count. Kuhlman steps on the rubber. He gets the sign. And here's the pitch. Taken outside for a ball. Ball 3. And here's the pitch. That pitch is called a strike. Tosh is just a sophomore. He's 3 out of 13 so far this season. Batting .231. That pitch is taken for a strike. 3-2. His favorite player is on the Blue Jays, Alexandra Kirk, but he's a Cubs fan. That pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. That's the second out of the inning. And that brings up Major Westhoff. He is the pitcher. Westhoff hasn't hit much so far this season. He's 1 out of 4. He is a senior. And here's the pitch, taken outside for a ball. Kuhlman would like to limit the damage right here. He comes set, and here's the pitch. That swung on and miss. Knocked the hitter down. 70 mile an hour right over the plate. That pitch is makes the count 1-1. And here's the pitch. That pitch is taken for a strike. 1-2. Kuhlman looks for the sign. He's got it. Comes set. Here's the pitch. A little outside. That evens our count 2-2. pitch looked like it's changeup. That pitch is hit sharply to the first baseman, who scoops it up, steps on the bag to retire the side. So we've got 3 runs, 1 hit so far, 1 error, 2 runners left on base. That makes. Okay, we're ready to go live in the bottom of the first inning. Wapsi's got their work cut out for them. We're down 3-0. Well, we've got the top of the lineup up. Kane Schmidt is batting. He's 2 out of 14 so far on the season. He's got a double, but he's got 4 walks. So he does get on base. Here's the pitch, taken outside. 60 mile an hour on that slider. Sorry, we had a little bit of issues on the graphics taken care of. That pitch is taken low for a ball. 2-0 now our count. Here's the pitch from Major. That ball's hit sharply right past the shortstop for a base hit. Nice line drive there by Kane Schmitz. That brings up the next batter, Justice Kelly. He's Wapsi's shortstop. Got a 4-game hit streak going. He's 5 out of 18 so far in the season. He's got a double. And here's the pitch. That pitch is taken down low for a ball. Westhoff is a senior. He pitches in the mid-70s. He's got a changeup, curveball. Says his strikeout pitch is the curveball. He likes to get ahead of the batters with this fastball and then throw the change. Hear a lot from the pitchers at this level. That pitch is taken for a ball. Ball 3. 2. Guess it's 2-0. Goes over to first. But Kane Schmidt slides back in safely. Justice Kelly is ready. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken high. Now we got 3. See how I had a premonition that was going to go 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes now. Justice is probably going to make him throw a strike. That's what he typically does. Well, he takes ball 4.
Kelly draws the walk.
So that brings up Jake Shore in an RBI situation. We've got runners on first and second. Jake is 5 out of 14 so far this season. He's got a batting average up to .357. Here's the pitch. Popped high up in the air. It's not very deep. Second baseman gets under it and makes the catch.
Shore pops out to the second baseman, Nick Merritt.
Probably called an infield fly rule on that. So that's an out. That's our first out of the inning.
Next up for the Warriors, catcher number
Brings up Tucker Latterberg.
Tucker Latterberg.
Tucker is 4 out of 13 so far this season. His batting average is .308. He's got the team's only home run so far this season. And he pops that one straight up in the air, but it's back here foul. According to the stats I'm looking at, no team has even attempted a stolen base against Columbus. I don't think that's right, but that's what it says. That pitch is taken down low outside for a ball. Yeah, Coach Jakin tells me some teams just don't keep their catching up stats updated. Probably a good reason for doing that. And here's the pitch. That pitch is taken for a strike. Makes her count 1-2. Tucker's favorite team is the Cardinals. I like giving them a hard time about that as a Cubs fan. I probably shouldn't, since Cubs are having a hard time beating anybody lately. That pitch is taken for a ball. 2-2 is now our count. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a Cubs fan. And here's the pitch. That pitch is taken. Oh, called strike 3. It looked low. That'll give us the second out in the inning. We're down to Blake Hesse now to get these runners home. Blake's playing third base. He pitched last night. Pitched a great ball game. A little better defense behind him. We might have won that game. That pitch is taken inside for a ball. He had to come out in the 7th inning because of pitch count. Blake's got 3 hits so far this season in 17 at-bats. That pitch is hit high up in the air to center field. Center fielder camps under it, and Steele makes the play. That'll retire our side. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We'll head to the top of the 2nd inning. Our score remains Sailors 3, Warriors 0. We'll be back here in just a minute.
Second inning for Columbus, catcher number 3, John Meyer.
We're back live here for the 2nd inning. John Meyer stands in. Oops, hit the wrong button. Sorry, I actually do the graphics too, so whatever you see on the screen. John Meyer fouls the first one off. He is their catcher. Batting in the 9th spot for the Sailors. So far on the season, he's got 2 hits in 9 at-bats. That pitch gets away from Tucker for ball 2. Or did he foul it off? Okay. Jackson Kuhlman comes set. Here's the pitch. He bunts it up in the air. Tucker dives for it. Can't make the play. It goes foul. Hesse was playing back on that play. Probably was a good idea by Meyer, trying to get his 3rd hit of the season. And he was ahead of the in the count. The count's now 2-1. Kuhlman looks in for the sign, and here's the pitch. That pitch is taken right across the plate for strike 3. I had the count wrong. Sorry about that. That's the first out of the inning. We're back to the top of the lineup now. Nick Merrifield is up at the plate. First time at bat, he got hit by the pitch, and he ended up coming around to score. There's Coleman's curveball. Couldn't quite find the plate. Pitch is taken for a ball. Here comes the pitch. Taken inside and low. Ball 2. I asked Nick Merrifield who his favorite player was, athlete. Oh, he gets hit by the pitch again. Told me Chaz Chisel from the Marlins, but he's a Cubs fan.
Merrifield hit by the pitch.
So that's the second time he gets hit.
Now batting center
That'll
fielder
put him on
number
first
13,
base.
Thomas Steele.
Brings up Thomas Steele. He is a junior, plays center field for the Sailors. Here comes the pitch. He shows bunt, taken for a strike. I asked Steele who his favorite player athlete was. I'm sorry, not Steele. Yeah, Steele. Anthony Rizzo, he's a Cubs fan. I think I said that in the first inning. That pitch is taken outside for a strike, right over the outside corner of the plate. Unfortunately, Rizzo is now with the Yankees. That makes Boer happy, the PA announcer. He's a Yankees fan. That pitch is taken inside. Our count now is 1-2. Kuhlman's thrown 43 pitches already, so he'd like to keep that down. Swung on, fouled straight back. Our count remains 1-2. Gardner was kind enough to retrieve that foul ball for the umpire. He's the one on deck. And here's the pitch. That pitch is hit high up in the air, but the right fielder's under it. Jake Shore caught it, and he throws it back in for the second out.
Steele flies out to the right fielder, Jake Shore, for out number 2. Now batting right
That'll bring up Miles Gardner.
Miles Gardner.
He's a sophomore. When I asked him who his favorite athlete was, he first told me Jackie Robinson. Said he's watched the movie 42 a number of times. Here's the pitch. That pitch is high up in the air, but foul.
Coleman is charged the balk. Merrifield advances to second.
But we have a balk called on that play, so we'll erase that strike. The runner advanced to second base. But then he came back up to me later and he goes, I want to change that. He said, my favorite player is Barry Bonds. And here's the pitch. That pitch is taken right over the plate for strike 1. That's Kuhlman's curveball. If he can find that pitch, he can be effective. The runner takes off from second. He fakes and heads back. Pitch was taken for a strike. Makes our count 0-2. I believe that was another curveball, if I'm not mistaken. Kuhlman comes set, and here's the pitch. That swung on, hit foul on the third base side. So Miles Gardner's a sophomore. Probably puts him about 15, 16 years old. Probably was pretty young when Barry Bonds played. Here's the pitch. Swung on, line drive over the shortstop's head and into center field. That'll score the runner from second. Merrifield scores, making our score 4-0 Sailors. That brings up Connor Knutson. He's a senior. When I asked him who his favorite athlete was, he initially told me Nolan Arenado. He's a Cardinals fan. That pitch hit sharply on the right-hand side, past Kane Schmitz to right field. Shore gets it in quickly, but he throws it wildly past third baseman, so the runners will advance on the play, giving Shore his second error of the game.
Right field, Gardner and Knutson advance on the Shore error.
That'll put runners on second and third.
Now batting third baseman, number 25.
To finish the story on Knutson, though, he came back later and told me, no, change mine to Brian Dawkins from the Eagles. So I told him I just mentioned both of them. Pat Underwood is now at the plate. He takes the first pitch inside for a ball. Underwood's a junior. His favorite player, Luca Garza from the Timberwolves. A lot of Luca Garza fans around here, being a former Hawkeye. That pitch is taken for a strike. 1-1. His first time at bat, he hit the ball up in the air for sacrifice fly, which drove in a run. And here's the pitch. That pitch is taken outside. Couldn't quite find that curveball. Outside for a ball. 2-1. That pitch is swung on, fouled straight back over our heads. Makes the count 2-2. All the boys were sitting right behind home plate when I got here, all the varsity players. Nice group of kids. They were easy to talk to. Guys, I should say. There's the pitch. That pitch popped high in the air. Who's got it? The pitcher calls for it. He makes the catch. Kuhlman's got it for the third out in the inning. Unfortunately, Sailors do add another run. They did get a couple of hits, 2 hits, 1 error, left 2 on base. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning. We're back for the bottom of the second inning. Jackson Kuhlman is due up. Kuhlman is the senior. So far this season, he's 3 out of 13. And here's the pitch from Westhoff. That pitch is taken over the plate for a strike. And here's the pitch. Swung on, hit into the gap, and gets by the right fielder for a hit. Jackson rounds first, and he'll go back to the bag. So that'll put a runner on first base for the Warriors. And that'll bring up Briar Bellis. Briar Bellis is just an 8th grader. He's got 1 hit so far. Caden Dana will come in as a courtesy run for Jackson Kuhlman since he is the pitcher. Want to keep his legs rested. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Chopped to the first base side, but it's going to go foul. First baseman was holding the bag on that play. If you'd have kept that fair, it would have been an interesting play. Might have been close. Breyer's got some legs. He can run. He has a stolen base already this season. Bella steps back into the batter's box. And here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high up in the air on the third base side. Third baseman can't find it, and that'll drop for a foul ball. I think the third baseman could have had it if he would have saw it, but he couldn't locate the ball. So that ball drops harmlessly for a foul ball. Bellis retrieves his bat, steps back in the batter's box. Westhoff is looking in for the sign, checks the runner, comes set, and here's the pitch. That pitch is taken inside for a ball. He gets a sign from Coach Jakin. And he's ready. Westhoff comes set, and here's the pitch. That pitch is taken down in the dirt. Runner advances to second on the play. Dana gets a stolen base. That will be his first on the season. He's came into courtesy run a couple times. Scored 2 runs. Bellis asks for time. Umpire grants it. And now we're ready. Westhoff comes set, and here's the pitch. Pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. That's the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Manny Hebner.
Left fielder, number 34, Manny Hebner.
Manny's playing in left field today. So far, he is 3 out of 14 on the season. He has 1 RBI. He's got another RBI opportunity here if he can find the outfield grass. Westhoff comes set. Here's the pitch. That pitch is curved over the plate. 59 mile an hour on that curveball. Might have been a changeup. Taken for a strike. I don't think Manny was looking for that. I don't blame him. Pretty good pitch. Westhoff comes set, and here's the pitch. Taken outside for a ball. Makes her count 1-1. Westhoff comes set. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Count on Hebner's now 1-2. Warriors are still looking for their first run. They've fallen behind 4-0. Here's the pitch. That's pitch swung on. 61 mile an hour curveball. Hebner was able to fight it off. So our count remains 1-2. Westhoff is ready. Here's the pitch. That pitch is lined to center field, past the shortstop to the center fielder. Dana will come around, make the turn to third, but head back to third, which was a good move. Didn't really get a good jump. Was worried maybe that shortstop was going to catch it. So he'll stop at third base. That'll put runners on the corners with just 1 out. Mason Harder now has an opportunity for an RBI. He's the designated hitter. So far out of this season, he's 1 out of 9. But Harder has been making contact. Perhaps he can find a gap here. And here's the pitch. Runner takes off. Chop foul for a ball, or for a foul ball. That was a nice hit by Manny Hebner. Nice line drive. Here's a pitch by Westhoff. Runner takes off. Nope. Hebner returns to the bag. That's strike number 2. Kane Schmitz is on deck. He should get an opportunity to hit this inning. Here's the pitch. Runner takes off. That pitch is taken high for a ball. The second baseman cuts it off, so that'll go as a stolen base. That's a play where one of the infielders will step in front of just in case the runner from third tries to take off and steal home, which didn't happen here. Dana held his bag at third. And here's the pitch, curved right over the plate, but taken for high for a ball. Our pitch count is now 2-2. That pitch is taken for a strike. Strike 3. It's a tough curveball to hit. That'll give us the second out of the inning. It's up to Kane Schmitz now. He's the leadoff hitter. He's already got a hit in the game so far. Another one right here would be nice. I'm sure Kane would like to get his first 2 RBIs of the season. That pitch is taken down low. It's in the dirt for ball 1. Kane is a patient hitter. He's taken 4 walks so far this season. Westhoff comes set. And here's the pitch. That pitch is right over the plate for strike 1. Looked like a curveball. Westhoff did say that's his best pitch, was the curveball. He also throws a changeup, which I think we saw right there. That pitch is hit foul right back over our heads for strike number 2. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So the Warriors are unable to capitalize. That'll leave 2 runners on base. Our score remains Columbus 4, Warriors 0. We'll be back for the 3rd inning in just a minute. Okay, we're ready for the top of the 3rd inning. Carter Lockert is the batter. He's 1 out of 1 so far today with an RBI. He's got 3 hits on the season so far. He took the first pitch outside for a ball. Lockhart is a junior. He lined that one right up the middle for a hit. Briar Bellis will cut it off, throw it back in.
Walker with a leadoff single to
That'll bring up Underwood.
Now batting short.
Patrick Underwood. He's a junior. I have my order wrong. It's Aiden Hosh is due up next. He's their shortstop. The sophomore. Went 0 for 1 the first. Thrown over to first base. Lockhart slides back in safely. Hosh has 3 hits so far this season and now 14 at-bats. Take that pitch inside. I think it hit him. It did. So he'll advance to first base, and the runner on first will advance to second.
Now up for Columbus, pitcher number 17, Major Westhoff.
Runners on first and second. That'll bring up their pitcher, Major Westhoff. He's 0 for 1 so far tonight. The umpires are going to confer. Might be discussing whether or not it actually hit him. And they both agreed it did. Jackson toes the rubber. And he comes set. Checks the runners. Here's the pitch. Showing bunt. Ball straight back. Fouled off for a strike. Probably a good idea. Try to lay down a bunt, advance to the runners. There's nobody out. Hosh is their number 7 hitter. That pitch is lined to the right fielder. It's going to drop right in front of Jake. Jake picks it up. Is having a hard time picking it up, and he does. Runner's going to score on that play.
Westhoff with the RBI single to right.
Hosh will take third.
Carter Locker. Columbus now leading 5-0.
That'll make our score 5-0.
Third on the play. Now batting catcher
Jake's got a strong arm out there. If he could have picked that up cleanly, he might have been able to get the runner at the plate, but he couldn't. So that'll bring up Meyer. He's 0 for 1 so far. That pitch is taken for a strike. Still looking for the first out in the inning. The Sailors are up 5-0 on the Warriors. Here's the pitch by Coleman. Showing bunt. Pulls it back. Taken for a ball. Makes our count 1-1. Myers is a junior. He told me his favorite athlete is Michael Phelps, the Olympic swimmer. That pitch is taken for a strike. Makes the count 1-2. He steps out of the box. Now he's ready. And here's the pitch. That pitch is curved right over the plate, but must have been high. That'll even up our count 2-2. Myers checking the third base coach for the sign. He's got it. And here's the pitch. Swung on and miss. Strike 3.
Strikes out for out number 1.
On the play, Westhoff took second base. So now we've got runners on second and third.
Westhoff steals second on the play.
Still only one out.
Up to bat, second baseman number 6, Nick Merrifield.
That'll bring up the top of their lineup. Nick Merrifield, their second baseman. He's been hit twice and scored twice. That pitch is taken for a strike. Merrifield now leads the team in hit by pitches with 4 on the season. It's a painful category to lead. Here's the pitch, taken inside and low for a ball. One on one is our count. Jackson's got the sign, and here's the pitch. That pitch is inside. Ball 2. 2-1 is our count. Kuhlman comes set. Here's the pitch. Taken inside for a ball. Makes our count 3-1. Thomas Steele is on deck for the Sailors. And here's the pitch. That pitch is fouled straight back. The count's now full. Ladeberg retrieved the ball from the backstop, flipped it back to his pitcher. Kuhlman set. Here's the pitch. Taken outside. Ball 4. That'll load the bases. That'll bring up Thomas Steele. Thomas Steele's 0 for 1. Does have a walk in the first inning. He scored. He came around to score. Got 3 hits on the season. There's the pitch. A little high. 73 mile an hour on that fastball. But he couldn't get it over the plate. Miles Gardner is on deck for the Sailors. Here's the pitch. Taken down low. 2-0. No place to put Steele here. Kuhlman comes set. And here's the pitch. Ball 3. That pitch was a little low. Three O's our count. And here's the pitch. Taken outside for a ball. That'll bring in a run.
Steele draws the walk. Hosh will score for the Saints.
Our score is now 6-0.
Now 6-0 score. Next up to bat will be right fielder number 18.
Hosh scored on that walk. That'll bring up Miles Gardner, who was a sophomore. I think Jake is going to make a change here.
Kuhlman, 75.
Justice Kelly is coming in to pitch. This is the first time Justice has pitched this season. He has pitched last year. He features fastball, changeup, slider. Fastball only sits upper 60s. Well, I think he can touch 70. That one was 69. He is a control pitcher, though. He usually throws strikes, which is what the coach is looking for here. Would like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors for our live stream, Access Systems. Again, they are an Iowa-based company with offices across the state of Iowa and surrounding states. They feature copiers, printing solutions, along with IT and phone solutions. They keep offices connected. Vandale Insurance in Fairbank has been added. They can help you with auto, home, health, life, crop, and commercial insurance. Talk to Chad or Amber or any one of their fine agents. Costa's Sports Bar and Grill in Fairbank. If you're looking for a nice place to watch the game or take the family out for dinner, they do it all at Costa Sports Bar and Grill. Stop in and say hi to Benny and Nita. You'll see Benny in the back cooking up the storm. Nita's usually working up the front, helping out the servers. 3 great businesses that we're proud to have as sponsors. So Justice Kelly takes over. He's in a tough situation here with the bases loaded and only 1 out. Miles Gardner's at the plate. Here's the pitch. Taken down low for a ball. Justice comes set, and here's the pitch. That pitch is down low. Fastball at 69 mile an hour. Two and 0 our count. Again, no place to put him. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Foul tip for strike number 1. Umpire just called that a swinging strike. I thought I heard it tick the bat. Perhaps it didn't. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Swung on. That one was chopped foul right at home plate. That'll even our count 2-2. Blake Hesse has moved over to shortstop. Jake Shore is now playing third. Coleman has went out to right field. And here's the pitch. That's curved. Gets away from Tucker. He flips it to Justice. Justice can't quite get a hold of it. And here comes the second runner. Flips it to Tucker, and that runner's going to score. So 2 runs come in to score on that play. That'll make our score 8-0.
And Merrifield comes home to score.
Don't see that very often. But once the ball got past Justice, we tried to get the glove down quick for a tag. It was trouble because it went back to the backstop. And good heads-up base running by Merrifield. Our count's now 3-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. I guess he got a piece of it. It's a foul ball. Latterberg comes back to the backstop to retrieve the ball. Count remains 3-2. Runner standing on third. Full count. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high up in the air. Manny Hebner gets himself under it. He makes the catch. Tagging on the play is Steele. He is going to score easily. That'll clear the bases. But we now have 2 outs in the inning. That'll bring up Connor Knutson. He's their first baseman. He's 1 for 1 so far tonight. Also has a walk. That pitch is taken outside and low for a ball. Justice check for the sign. Comes set. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken inside. Ball 2. Justice gets his hind, and here's the pitch. Swung on, hit right into the hole between third and shortstop. That'll go for a hit.
Next up to bat, third baseman number 25, Patrick Underwood.
6th hit of the game for the Sailors. That'll bring up Patrick Underwood, their third baseman. He's 0 for 1, but he has an RBI with the sacrifice fly. Here's the pitch by Justice, taken outside for a ball. Knutson gets his lead over at first. Here's the pitch. That pitch is hit high up in the air. On the right field side, it's drifting foul. Kane almost had a play on it. He tried to breadbasket catch it, and it just slipped through. That would have been a tough play. Good effort, though. We do have a little bit of a breeze, so that ball got pushed toward the right field side. Our count's now 1-1. And here's the pitch. That pitch is right over the plate, but must have been high. 61-mile-an-hour slider. Justice comes set, and here's the pitch. Swung on, hit to the right through that hole between third and shortstop for a base hit.
Next up to bat for the Sailors, designated hitter number 21, Carter Locker.
That'll bring up the designated hitter, Carter Locker. He's 2 for 2 on the game so far. Justice looks in for the sign. Checks the runner at second. And here's the pitch. That pitch is swung on, fouled straight back. For strike 1. And here's the pitch. That pitch is swung on, hit high up in the air. It's pushing, drifting toward the first baseman who caught it for out number 3.
Locker pops out the first baseman, Hunter Curley.
So that ends the inning. The Sailors now lead 9, Warriors 0. We'll be back here with the bottom of the third inning here in just a minute.
Now batting for the Warriors.
We're back live.
Justice Kelly.
Justice Kelly leads off the inning. He walked his first time up. He steps in. Here's the pitch, taken outside for a ball. I asked Justice what his favorite snack was. I really didn't need to ask, but I did anyway. It's Gushers. He's always asking me to pick him up some. That ball was pushed fouled. I'll play on the first base side. Makes our count 1-1. He wanted to give a shout out to his sister, Crystal Ramos, who's hopefully listening in. Pitch is swung on and missed for a strike. His grandma Kelly should be listening in down in Mission, Texas. I'll probably say that every game. Hopefully. That ball is hit high up in the air. It drops foul. Right on the, just off the first base line. There were 3 defenders in the area, but none of them could get it. It would have been a difficult play for any of them. Our count holds at 1-2. Westhoff is set, and here's the pitch. That pitch is swung on, fouled back, and out of play. Umpire is needing a few more baseballs. Lights are starting to take effect here at Wapsie Valley Field. If you haven't had a chance to see them yet, come on out to the ballpark. They're beautiful. Westhoff is set, and here's the pitch. That pitch, ooh, hits Justice in the back. Nope, I guess not. It got past him. Our count's now 2-2. Justice would rather hit. And here's the pitch. That pitch is chopped to the third base side. That's going to be a difficult play. Third baseman guns it over, but he's going to be safe for an infield single.
The infield single.
That'll keep his hit streak alive. Be his 5th game. And it puts a runner on first base, our leadoff hitter.
Number 18, Jake Shore.
That'll bring up Jake Shore. He's 0 for 1. I asked Jake what his favorite food was. He told me pot roast. Yeah. I like a good pot roast too. And here's the pitch. That curveball, I guess, caught the inside part of the plate. 59 mile an hour on that. Westhoff comes set. And here's the pitch. Jake takes that inside and low. 58 on that one. Counts now 1-1. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken down low for a ball. Jake likes a middle in. He tends to hit that pretty far over in left field. Here's the pitch. He's popped that one straight up. First baseman comes over, but it's going to push out of play. First baseman jumped the fence, but he can't catch it there. He didn't jump the fence. He went through where the opening is. That'll make our count 2-2. I wouldn't want to see him jump that fence. He's a pretty big boy at first base. He's an athlete. There's a pitch by Westhoff. That pitch is hit on the ground to the shortstop. It's slow roller. They're going to get Justice at second base for the first out of the inning. Shore reaches on the fielder's choice. That'll bring up Tucker Latterberg. Tucker's 0 for 1. I asked Tucker what his favorite snack was. He told me garden salsa chips. Garden salsa chips. Very specific. Here's the pitch, taken over right over the plate for a strike. Nice curveball there. Westhoff has got some good pitches. Very good breaking stuff. So it's hard just to sit on any one pitch. Here comes the pitch. That pitch is hit high up in the air. Right fielder has got it. Makes the catch for out number 2.
Lattenberg flies out to the right fielder, Miles Gardner, for out number 2.
That'll bring up our shortstop, Blake Hesse.
Next
He's
up
0 for 1.
Shortstop, number 24, Blake.
I keep pronouncing his shout out wrong, so I'm going to say it again. Ant Mayer. Did I get it right, Ant Mayer? I sure hope I did. I apologize for keep saying it wrong. I don't know why. I look at my spelling and I keep saying something else. There comes the pitch. Almost hit him. Jake steals second base on the play.
Steals second.
That'll give Shore the lead in stolen bases on the team. I believe that's his 3rd one. So shout out to Ant Mayer in Rhinebeck. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, fouled straight back. Got away from the catcher. That's actually a wild pitch. So Shore will advance to 3rd on that play. The count is now 1-1. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, that's going to hit him.
Hesse is hit by the pitch.
That'll put him on first base.
Next up to bat.
And brings up Jackson Coleman, who started the game at pitcher. He's now at right field. Coleman's favorite snack? Cheese spuds at Quick Star. I used to like them too before I went on my diet. Here's the pitch, swung on, hit foul on the 3rd base side, out of play. Two outs in the inning. Coach Jakin gave Coleman a sign that might be to run here. And the runner does take off. Pitch is taken upstairs. Catcher fakes a throw, but he'll let him have the base. So now we got runners on 2nd and 3rd. 2 runners in scoring position for Coleman. Coleman does have 2 RBIs in the season so far. He takes that pitch inside, but he swung. Couldn't quite hold up. Once he started his swing, he had to get out of the way, so that pushed his bat all the way through the strike zone. Let's 0-2. 1-2. Here's the pitch. A little bit high. Two and two our count. Here's the pitch. That pitch taken inside and low. Our count's full. Briar Bellis is on deck for the Warriors, if Jackson can get on. Here's the pitch from Westhoff. That pitch is taken upstairs for a ball.
Coleman draws the wall.
That'll load the bases
Next up for the Warriors.
for Briar Bellis.
Number 5, Briar Bellis.
Briar would like to get his first RBI of the season here. But Coach Ettringer is going to be visiting with the pitcher first. I don't know if he's going to make a pitching change here or what his plans are. Maybe just to calm down his pitcher. He's pitched a great game. Like I said, he's mixed up his pitches really well. I mean, anytime you can go from mid-70s fastball to a 59-mile-an-hour breaking pitch, that's tough on hitters. Makes me wonder how Mason City Newman roughed him up. But they're a good team. Newman's consistently in the state playoffs. They've even had some players get drafted from their team. I know the Cubs have one in their organization, Bryce Ball. He played for Mason City Newman. The bell steps in. We're ready to play ball. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken high. Bella stepped back into the batter's box. Westhoff comes set, and here's the pitch. That pitch swung on, line drive, and it's fair. Down the right field line, first base line, I should say. That's going to plate 2. Runners hold at first and second. Kuhlman's at second. Bellis get his second hit, and his first 2 RBIs. Nice piece of hitting by Breyer. That'll bring up Manny Hebner. He got a hit in his first at-bat. Maybe he can keep it going. Here's the pitch. Taken high for a ball. 1-0. I asked Hebner what his favorite food was. He said Carrie Latterberg's mac and cheese. I don't know if Carrie can hear me or not, but I'm sure she likes hearing that. Pitch taken for a ball. 2-0. Carrie Latterberg's mac and cheese. So I asked Tucker, I'm like, is that your favorite food? He goes, no. That's when he gave me the chip answer. That pitch is taken for a strike. 2-1. Here's the pitch. That pitch is a breaking ball, 63 mile an hour. That doesn't get over the plate. Manny's now ahead 3-1. Westhoff may be starting to wear out a little bit. He's at 64 pitches. Here's the pitch. The pitch is taken for ball 4. That'll reload the bases. That'll bring up Mason Harder. Mason hasn't gotten a hit yet today. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in his first time at bat. Here's the pitch. Swung on. A little outside. Strike 1. I think Mason was fooled by that pitch. Here comes the pitch. Taken, same pitch, same result. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. My guess is he's going to go right back to that pitch. But he's got to protect. Mason has to protect here. Here comes the pitch. Same exact pitch. This time Mason lays off of it. Makes her count 1 and 2. You know, like I've told you many times, this is Mason's first time playing varsity, so I'm sure he's got some pitch recognition. Makes things difficult. He gets a hold of that one, chops it right in front of the plate. Catcher throws it over to first to retire the side. But the Warriors get 2 runs. They've shortened the lead now, 9-2. We'll be back for the top of the 4th inning in just a minute. we're ready to go here in the fourth inning.
Now coming up to bat for the Sailors.
Due up is Hosh, Westhoff, and Meyer, the bottom of the order for the Sailors. Hosh is 0 for 1, but has gotten on base. He was hit by a pitch. Came around to score. Here's a pitch from Justice Kelly, taken down low for a ball. And here's the pitch. That pitch is hit sharply right over the shortstop's head. Line drive for a hit.
Hodge singles.
That's first Hosh's hit from the game.
Next up to bat,
That'll bring up
number 17,
Westhoff.
Major Westhoff.
He's gotten a hit in this game. He's 1 out of 2. 2 out of 6 for the season. I asked him who his favorite athlete was. He told me Brooks Koepka. And again, I didn't know who that was. Told me he was a golfer. Took that pitch for a ball. Justice is checking the runner over at first. Comes set. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle. Hit high up in the air. Right fielder makes the play for the first out of the inning.
The right fielder,
Jackson Coleman makes that catch.
For out. Number 1.
That's the first out of the inning.
Next up to bat, catcher number 3, John Meyer.
Brings up John Meyer, their catcher, who's 0 for 2 so far today. He's got 2 hits so far this season. He leads the team in walks with 5. He was the one whose favorite athlete was Michael Phelps. He bunts the ball down the third baseline. Throws over to first. He's safe. He's going to beat that for an infield single.
Bunt single.
That's the Sailors' 9th hit of the game already. We're only in the top of the 4th inning.
Baseman number 6, Nick Merrifield.
That'll bring us to the top of the order where Nick Merrifield, he's been on base all 3 times. A walk and has been hit twice. Justice checks that runner. And here's the pitch. Swung on, hit right into the hole where the shortstop should have been. Manny Hebner picks it up, throws it to Tucker. The ball gets away from the catcher, so the runners will advance. Give him a hit on that play. And advanced on the throw.
Runners advance to second and third on the throw. Next up to bat.
That'll make our score 10-2. And next batter is Thomas Steele. He's a junior. 0 for 1 so far, but has been on base twice through walks. Scored both times. Takes that pitch over the plate for strike number 1. Well, Justice is throwing strikes, which is what Coach wants right here. That pitch is hit high up in the air. Tucker throws his mask away, but I don't think he's going to be able to get it. Nope. It hits on our grandstand back here in front of the press box. Might have heard that loud bang. Tucker gets his gear back on, and he's ready. Justice Kelly gets the sign, checks the runner, and here's the pitch. Pitch is hit high up in the air, again, fouled straight back. Justice Kelly would like to limit the damage here. I've already plated 1 run so far this inning. Here's the pitch. Pitch is hit high up in the air. That might be trouble. And it does. It gets in between the center fielder and the shortstop. That's going to bring home play at the plate. He's got him. They tagged him right on the top of the head for out number 2. But they did score 1 run on that.
Scores on the steal single. Merrifield thrown out at the plate. Valley to Latimer. Score out number 2.
Coach is going out to check on his infielders. They converged the Blake Hesse, who's an aggressive player. He's going to go all full charge after it unless you call him off. And Briar Bellis was coming in. They collided out there. Hesse's walking around gingerly. The trainer went out there. I think everybody's going to be okay. Tucker Latterberg takes the opportunity to go out and talks to Justice, the pitcher. Steele was able to advance a second on that play.
Now batting right fielder number 18, Miles Gardner.
Brings up Miles Gardner, who's 1 out of 2. Got 2 RBIs already in this game. Here's the pitch, swung on, hit high up in the air. Justice calls for it, and he makes the play for out number 3. A couple more runs were scored, though, in that inning. Had a couple more hits. 4 hits. No errors, but 1 on base. Our score now, Sailors 11, Warriors 2. We'll be back for the bottom of the
To the Warriors, second baseman number 1, Kane Schmitz.
We're back for the bottom of the 4th inning. Got the top of the order due up for the Warriors. Kane Schmitz in the batter's box. Kane hits a line drive to the left field for a single. That drops right in front of the left fielder.
Schmitz singles to left field.
That's the 6th hit for the Warriors in this game. Gets our leadoff man on. That brings up Justice Kelly. He's 1 for 1 with a walk. He gets the play from Coach Jakin. Steps in the batter's box. And here's the pitch. That pitch is hit high up in the air toward center field. It's shallow. The second baseman comes out and makes the catch for out number 1.
Kelly flies out to the second baseman, Nick Merrifield, for out number 1. Next up to
That'll bring up Jake Shore.
Number 18, Jake Shore.
Jake doesn't have a hit yet. He's due. He's got 5 hits on the season. Leads the team in batting average, so he is due. That pitch is taken down low. Kane steals second. He keeps his hand on the bag. So that'll go for a stolen base. That's Kane's second stolen base on the season. That ties him the team lead with Justice and Shore. Oh, I'm sorry, Shore did get a stolen base earlier. So Shore leads the team. That pitch was called a strike. Our count's now 1-1. Westhoff is at 73 pitches. Now that the hitters have seen him more than once, they're starting to get the hang of it. That pitch taken outside for a ball. Sometimes that first time through an order, it's difficult to hit a pitcher, especially when they can, like I said before, they throw between breaking stuff under 60 mile an hour, then can come at you with the 70, 75 mile an hour fastball. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high up in the air. Who's got it? The shortstop grabs it for the second out of the inning.
Short flies out to the shortstop. Aiden Haas for out number 2.
Aiden Haas with the play for the Sailors.
Catcher number 13, Tucker Latterberg.
Up to Tucker Latterberg now to drive in that run. He's 0 for 2 so far today. That pitch is taken inside over the plate, though, for strike number 1. There's that curveball. Hopefully Tucker can see another one of those and drive it. There it is. But he fouls it off. Hit high up in the air, pushed out of play on the right-hand side. Tucker's now down in the count, 0-2. Westhoff comes set, and here's the pitch. That pitch is hit right up the middle, past the pitcher, past the second baseman. Smits comes around, and he's going to, it's going to be a play at the plate, and he is tagged out. Nice play by the outfielder getting the ball in, and it was a nice tag by the catcher. Cuts down the runner at home. That'll be the third out of the inning. No runs scored in that inning by the Warriors. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We'll head to the top of the 5th inning. Our score remains Sailors 11, Wapsie 2. We'll be back here in just a minute.
Left field, number 31, Jackson Coolman.
There's been a pitching change. Manny Hebner comes into the game as pitcher. Justice will return to shortstop. Jake Shore returned to right field. Jackson Coolman moves over into left. The rest of the positions remain the same. Manny did pitch an inning in the JV game. I'm sure Tom Jakin is wanting to get him some work. And at this point, Coach Jakin is probably thinking about tomorrow, saving some of the pitchers. We've got a doubleheader tomorrow up in New Albin.
First baseman, number 23, Connor Knutson.
For the Sailors, that'll bring up Connor Knutson. He's 2 for 2 so far today. Here's the pitch from Hebner. Ground ball up the middle, past Hebner, and past the shortstop for a hit. Hit number 12 for the Sailors. First pitch of the inning was drove right back up the middle. That'll bring up Patrick Underwood, their third baseman. He's got a hit and 2 at-bats. Patrick has 4 hits on the season. Here's the pitch from Hebner, taken upstairs for a ball. Hebner comes set. He's checking the runner. Comes to the plate. That ball gets away from Tucker. So Knutson will advance to second. That'll make our count 2-0. Hebner comes set. It's checking the runner. Here's the pitch. That pitch, it's a breaking ball, but didn't break. So it hits the runner, hits the batter in the back. So he'll take first base. That'll bring up Carter Lockhart, the DH. He's DHing for Drew Lindsay. Who made sure wanted to tell me that his favorite player was LeBron James. That's why I had to bring his name in. Don't get to call his name when he doesn't hit. That pitch is swung on and missed. Makes our count 1-1. But he made sure to share that with me, so I figured I'd share that with you. That pitch is taken on the outside corner for strike 2. Nice breaking pitch there by Hebner. Warriors would like to limit the damage here, keep this under a 10-run game. That pitch is taken for strike 3. That'll retire Lockhart for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Aiden Hosh, who's 1 out of 2 so far today. He's scored a couple of runs. Hebner comes set. Here's the pitch. That pitch is swung on and missed for strike number 1. That pitch is taken down low for a ball. So far this year, Hosh has 4 hits on the season. He's also walked 3 times. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. It doesn't quite break. Stays high for a ball. That'll make our count 2-1. Riders are getting an aggressive lead. Hosh fouls it back. Evens up the count 2-2. Here's the pitch. Taken on the outside corner for strike 3. That's the second out of the inning. That brings up Major Westhoff. He's the pitcher. 1 out of 3 so far in the game. He's got a run. RBI. Here's the pitch. Bounced up in the air and gets behind the catcher, so the runners will advance on the play. Call that a wild pitch. Tucker normally blocks those, though. Sure, it just got by him. Here's the pitch. That pitch is inside. The batter checked his swing for taking for a ball. 2-0 is our count. Here's the pitch. Right over the plate for strike one. Hosh might have been taken all the way on that one. Hebner's set. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high up in the right field side, and Shore has it for out number 3. So that'll retire the side with no extra damage. The Columbus Sailors are still up 11-2. They did get a hit in that inning, left 2 runners on base. We'll be back with the bottom of the 5th inning here in just a minute.
Coming up to bat for the Warriors, third baseman number 20.
We're back for the bottom of the 5th inning. Leading off for the Warriors, Blake Hesse. Blake is 0 for 1. He got on base with the hit by pitch earlier in the game. Here's the pitch, swung on, fouled off for strike 1. Blake did come around to score. Here's the pitch. Line right back up the middle, past the second baseman, and into center field for a hit.
Hesse with a leadoff single.
That's the 8th hit for the Warriors. Only 2 runs scored.
Next up to bat.
Need to start capitalizing on these hits.
Jackson Coolman.
I know Coach mentioned that to me before the game started. Needs some timely hitting. Struggled to hit yesterday. I believe they only had 2 hits last night against Southwind. So the extra hits are encouraging, just need to get timely hits now. That pitch is taken for a strike. Jackson Coolman's at the plate. Now he's 1 for 1. Also has a walk. He's getting a play from Coach Jakin. He has it, steps back into the batter's box. Wonder if they're running here. Yep, the runner takes off. That was a hit and run, but he fouled it off for strike 2. Coach Jakin is trying to get the runners going. Makes it easier to score from first base that way if Coleman could find a gap. Coleman does have some power. He's hit the ball over the fence. I believe he did it in spring ball. Yeah. Yep. Here's the pitch, taken inside for a ball. In fact, I remember him hitting one in a junior varsity game as a sophomore. So he does have some power. Be a tough night to do that with the wind blowing. Although it's blowing toward right field, which favors a left-handed hitter. If Coleman is able to pull one that way. Coach Jakin called for a play here. Here's the pitch. Pitch is chopped to the second base side and through the infield for a hit. Runner will advance to second.
To right field.
That'll start the inning with runners on first and second, nobody out.
Center fielder number 5, Briar.
That'll bring up Briar Bellis, who got a hit in his last time up. He hit a nice line drive down the first base line to get himself a hit. And he got a couple RBIs, too. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken inside and low for a ball. Be a nice comeback to see the Warriors get back in this game. We've seen the offense do this before. Here's the pitch taken outside and low for ball 2. Westhoff is at 85 pitches. Wonder how long Coach Ettringer will stick with him. The runners take off for third, and he is safe at third. Also advancing on the play is Kuhlman.
And Kuhlman to second.
But the play went to third base. Kuhlman didn't take off until the play was, until the catcher threw the ball down to the third baseman, who couldn't quite get a good handle on it. So runners on second and third now. Here's the pitch taken outside for ball 3. Briar Bellis is way ahead in the count 3-0. He might take one here. But Coach Jake can be aggressive. I've seen him give the players a go-ahead sign here. But, yeah, that's what he does. He drives it right. Oh, the second baseman made an incredible play. He jumped up and caught that ball. Stole a hit from Briar Bellis. The runners hold the bags. That was a very good play by Merrifield at second base. Those line drives usually go for hits. Brings up Manny Hebner, who's also 1 for 1. He's got a hit and a walk. Here comes the pitch taken high. Boy, I'd like to have had that hit. Here comes the pitch from Westhoff. That pitch is hit high up in the air. Back goes the left fielder, or he makes the play. Tagging and scoring is Blake Hesse. So that'll go as a sacrifice fly. Kuhlman will stay at second base. But we got to run. Brings up Mason Harder, the designated hitter. That pitch is over Mason's head. So Kuhlman will advance to third on the play. Mason's tall. He stands in there 6'8", so to get it over his head, that's quite the pitch. Catcher had no chance to catch that one. Mason asked for time. The pitcher is taking a little extra time here, getting his sign from the catcher. He's got it now. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken over the plate for strike 1. Brings our count to 1-1. Westhoff comes set, and here's the pitch. That pitch is right over the middle. Mason Harder will follow it off on the third base side. Makes the count 1-2. Westhoff is at 94 pitches. Here's number 95, taken inside for a ball. He is a senior, so he can go 110 pitches. Here comes 96, taken down low. That'll make our count full. Good job by Harder battling back. Kane Schmitz is on deck if he's able to get on base. Here comes the pitch from Westhoff. That pitch is lined to the shortstop, who bobbles it. So Harder's going to reach on the error by the shortstop.
Is on the hot error as Hebner scores for the Warriors.
Kuhlman scores for the Warriors. That'll make our score 11-4 now.
Number 1, Kane Schmitz.
Brings up Kane Schmitz, the leadoff hitter. He's 2 out of 3. Nice to see Kane getting hot. Here's the pitch, swung on and fouled back to the screen on the first base side. And I know Kane is really glad too. He's got 4 hits on the season now. Here's the pitch by Westhoff, taken high. 1-1 is our count. Let's keep this inning going. Westhoff is ready. Here's the pitch. Harder takes off. He's going to get the first stolen base.
Harder steals second.
That's his first career stolen base as a varsity player. And Schmitz is ahead of the count now, 2-1. Westhoff comes set, and here's the pitch. That pitch is outside for a ball. 3-1. I'm sure with Schmitz at the plate, coach is going to let him swing if he sees one he likes. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken inside for a ball. Ball 4.
Draws the walk.
So that'll put runners on first and second.
Shortstop
Brings up Justice Kelly.
Justice Kelly.
Kelly's 1 out of 2 with the walk. But Ed Tringer's going to come out and talk to his pitcher. He's at 102 pitches, so he's got 8 pitches left. With the 7-run lead, he might just be talking to him. Yep. So Justice steps in there. Westhoff gets set. And here's the pitch. That pitch is taken high for a ball. Westhoff comes set, and here's the pitch. That pitch is right over the middle of the plate for strike 1. Justice Kelly steps back in there. Westhoff comes set, checks the runner, and here's the pitch. That pitch is taken down low. The catcher was able to block it. Catcher's done a really good job blocking pitches. He's blocked several that have gotten in the dirt. Here's the pitch by Westhoff. That pitch is lined right up the middle to the center field, and it's going to fall right in front of him for a hit. Coach Jakin holds a runner at third, and for good reason. No reason to risk that when you're down by 7 runs. That'll load the bases for Jake Shore.
Right fielder number 18, Jake Shore.
Warriors now have 9 hits in the game. Pretty much has to. Well, he's at 106 pitches, so it looks like he has come. Westhoff is holding the ball out to his coach, and he's going to give it to him. So we've got a new pitcher. Let's see who it is. Let's take a break so I can get this sorted, and I'll come back on and let you know what the changes are here in just a minute. All right, I think we have things sorted. Meyer is coming in to pitch.
For the Warriors, right fielder, number 18, Jake Shore.
Haggerty's now playing in left field. Merrifield's over at third. Lindsay is at second base. Behind the plate is Patrick Underwood, I should say. Here's the pitch by Meyer, taken outside for a ball. Let's see if I got any stats on the pitcher. And I don't, so this is the first time he's pitched this season. That pitch is hit high up in the air. It's down, and it's caught. For out number 3.
Second baseman Drew Lindsay for out number 3.
I couldn't locate it. I guess it was hit to the second baseman, so that'll be the third out in the inning.
Lead off the fifth. Wapsie scored.
Wapsie did score 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, left 3 on base. So our score is now the Sailors 11, Warriors 4. We'll go to the top of the 6th inning here in just a minute. All right, we're back for the top of the 6th inning. John Meyer is up to the plate. He is now the pitcher. He moved from catcher to pitcher. And here's the pitch from Hebner taken upstairs for a ball. Meyer is 1 out of 3 so far today. He's also scored a run, struck out twice. Here's the pitch taken down low and outside for ball 2. The Warriors would like to keep the Sailors right here at 11 runs. Here's the pitch by Hebner. Swung on and missed for strike 1, sorry. Our count's now 2-1. Meyer now has 3 hits on the season. But he got hit by the pitch there. Oh, I guess he jumped out of the way. But the count's now 3-1. Meyer might be taken here. Looking to draw a walk. Here's the pitch from Hebner, taken outside. Ball 4.
Meyer draws the walk.
So that'll put a runner on first base, and it'll bring up the top of their lineup. Nick Merrifield has not been retired yet this game. He's 1 for 1. He's been hit a couple of times. He's taken a walk. Scored 3 runs. Nick Merrifield came into this game as their top hitter with a .417 batting average. I'm sure that's gone up. That pitch is behind. Tucker picks the ball up, and he throws the runner, trying to advance to second. Nice throw by Tucker Latterberg.
Second, the throw from Latterberg to Kelly for out number 1.
I think the runner just took it for granted the ball got past the catcher, but Tucker Latterberg just picked the ball up and heaved it to second. Justice got the ball and put the tag right on him. So that'll give the Warriors an out. Bases are empty. Let's see if they can retire Merrifield for the first time. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high up in the air,
into center field. Breyer camps under, and he's got it for out number 2.
Fielder Brian Bellis for out number 2.
Breyer Bellis has got a good glove in center field. And he moves well.
Center fielder number 13.
That'll bring up Thomas Steele. He's 1 out of 2. Scored twice, 2 RBIs, walked twice. He's been on base quite a bit. Here's the pitch from Hebner, taken upstairs for a ball. Here's the pitch from Hebner, taken down low for a ball. Yeah, Blade's older brother, Breyer's. I got Blade on my mind because that's his older brother's name. He was an all-state outfielder and a really good pitcher too. He was on the Warrior team that made a run that got beaten sub-state, if I recall correctly. That pitch is taken upstairs for ball 4.
Steele draws the walk. Next up to bat, right fielder number 18, Miles Gardner.
So that'll bring up Gardner, who's 1 out of 3. Here's a pitch from Hebner. That pitch is down in the dirt. Tucker's able to block it. Here's the pitch. Oh, nope, goes over to first. Steele's back in there. Safe at first. It's a nice pickoff move by Hebner. Nope. Batter asked for time. Hebner was taking a little extra time there. Now he comes home with it. Here's the pitch, swung on, popped up in the air, but foul. Makes her count 1-1. Hebner goes back over to first. Steele slides back in safely. Another nice pickoff move. Hebner comes home with it this time, taken upstairs for a ball. Makes her count 2-1. Our count is now 3-1. Miles Gardner was the one that liked Barry Bonds. That's his favorite player. There's a strike. Full count now. Yeah, I was wondering about that earlier, if he would have been even alive when Bonds played. That pitch is taken for called strike 3. Nice job by Manny Hebner to get out of that inning. There's no run scored, no hits, 1 run left on base, runner left on base. Our score remains Sailors 11, Warriors 4. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning here. We'll be back in just a minute. All right, we're back for the bottom of the 6th inning. Tucker Latteberg steps into the batter's box as our leadoff hitter for the inning. He's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch from Meyer. Taken outside and low for a ball. Tucker is a junior. He was the one that liked garden salsa chips. He hits the ball to the shortstop, who scoops it up, throws to first to retire Latteberg. That's out number 1. Next up is Blake Hesse. Blake Hesse's now back at third. He spent some time at shortstop while Justice Kelly was pitching. He's 1 out of 2 so far in this game. He's scored twice. He's been hit once with the pitch. Here's the pitch from Meyer, taken down low for a ball. Need to get some base runners here, Warriors. Maybe Blake can get us started. Here's the pitch. That pitch is smashed down the third base side, but foul. Makes our count 1-1. Blake now has 4 hits on the season. Here's the pitch from Meyer. That swung on and missed. Strike 2. Makes our count 1-2. Hesse told me his favorite food is pulled pork sandwiches from the concession stand. And as I say that, he drives the ball into center field for a hit. Maybe that's what I needed to do. Mention that he likes pulled pork sandwiches from the concession stand. That's his favorite food. That brings up Jackson Coleman. Jackson is 2 for 2 for the day. He's also taken a walk. He's got 5 hits on the season now. Batting average has climbed up to .333. Here's the pitch from Meyer. That swung on and driven over the shortstop and in front of the left fielder. Haggerty for a hit. That's a 12th hit for the Warriors. Same amount of hits as the Sailors have. Just need to convert more of them into runs like they have. Briar Bellis is now up. Briar Bellis last time at bat got robbed of a hit by a nice play by their second baseman. Good to see him hitting. He's 1 out of 3. Umpire calls time. I think Briar asked for it. Only 1 out. Runners on first and second. I asked Briar what his favorite athlete was, who his favorite athlete was. He said Cody Bellinger, who's now with the Cubs. He took that pitch for a strike. Told him I got tired of telling everybody his favorite food was steak with ketchup. So I had to find out who his favorite athlete was. Here's the pitch by Meyer. That pitch is taken outside for a ball. 1-1 is the count. His dad is Ryan Bellis, who has coached youth sports in baseball. That pitch is taken outside for a ball. My son Asa played for him back when he was in 5th grade, I think. They won a championship up in West Union, whatever that little conference that they were in. Pretty good team. Here's the pitch. Swung on and miss. Strike 2. That was an aggressive swing by Briar. I almost called him Blade because I got Blade on my mind now since we were talking about him. Briar's been called Blade a few times. Here's the pitch by Meyer. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That's the second out in the inning. That brings up Manny Hebner, who's our pitcher. He's 1 for 1 with the walk. He also has a sacrifice fly, so he's got an RBI. Be a good place for another hit right here. There it is. Swung on, hits through the shortstop, who picks it up, flips it to second. He drops it. No. Umpire called him out, even though the second baseman dropped it. Well, that's the play, folks. Umpire's calls. Coach Jakin comes out. He's not happy, and I don't blame him. But it'll go down as a fielder's choice. Our score remains Sailors 11, Warriors 4. We'll be back here in just a minute. All right, we're back for the 7th inning. Cooler heads prevailed after that bottom of the 6th inning. Just from our vantage point, it looked like the second baseman had dropped the ball, but the umpire was standing right on top of the play. I'm sure he made the right call. Obviously, the coach, Jakin, wasn't happy, but we're all calmed down now. We're ready to play ball. First pitch is taken down low for a ball. Connor Knutsen's now batting. He's 3 for 3. RBI, has a walk. He hasn't been retired yet. Let's see what Manny Hebner can do. That pitch is lined right to the second baseman. Kane Schmidt catches it. There we go. First out of the inning. That'll bring up Patrick Underwood, who's now playing at catcher. He was at third base earlier in the game. He's 1 out of 2 with an RBI. He's a junior. He was the one that liked Luca Garza. Oh, he got hit right on the forearm. So he'll take his base. Looks like he's all right. I think he has a guard on that arm that he got hit with. Got hit right on the left arm, the forearm.
Next up to bat, designated hitter number 21, Carter Lockard.
That'll put a runner on the base for the Sailors. And brings up Lockhart, who's 2 out of 4. He also has an RBI, scored a run. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 1. Hebner's done a great job since coming into the game. Again, he pitched 1 inning in the junior varsity. It looked like Coach was just trying to get him some work in to keep him fresh. That pitch is taken down low for a ball. And he called on him again in the varsity game. I know the coach is trying to save some arms. Again, we've got a doubleheader tomorrow. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. That makes our count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Hebner. That pitch is right over the plate. Nice breaking ball by Hebner. That'll be the second out of the inning. And it brings up their shortstop, Aiden Hosh. He's only a sophomore. He's 1 out of 3 so far. He's got 4 hits on the season. Here's the pitch, taken inside for a ball. He was the one whose favorite athlete was Alejandra Kirk. He's a catcher for the Blue Jays, but he claims to be a Cubs fan. I know there was some talk in the offseason about the Cubs maybe going after Kirk because they needed a catcher. That didn't happen. That pitch is taken down low for a ball. I don't know if that's related at all. I suppose he probably just liked him because he's a catcher and Kirk is a catcher. That pitch is taken outside for ball 3. I know that's Tucker Latteberg's reasoning for liking Molina. Outside of the fact he's a Cardinals fan. Here's the pitch. That pitch gets away from Tucker. It goes to the backstop. And the runner that was on first is taking a big turn at second.
Next up to bat, left fielder number 12, Nick Haggerty.
That puts runners at first and second now. They're still 2 away. We got Nick Haggerty now at the plate. He pops the first pitch up. The right fielder calls off the second baseman and make the catch. Nice job by Jake Shore for the 3rd out of the inning. That'll do it in the top of the 7th inning. We're going to the final half of the inning. Warriors need 7 runs to tie the game, 8 to win. Let's get the bats going. We'll be back here in just a minute.
Coming up to bat for the Warriors.
So we're ready for the bottom of the 7th inning. Mason Harder's going to start us off. He's 0 for 3 so far in the game. Here's the first pitch, taken outside and low for ball 1. That pitch is also down low for ball 2. Harder shared with me his favorite athlete is John Rand from the Grizzlies. Basketball player. That pitch is chopped, foul. For strike number 1. That makes our count 2-1. Almost forgot to get that in. Like asking the guys different questions. Gives me something to talk about when they're hitting. Here's the pitch. That pitch is fouled on the right-hand side to the first base. First baseman grabs it, flips it back to the pitcher. That makes our count 2-2. Plus, I think they get a kick out of it, too. I go around while they're warming up. Here's the pitch. That pitch is inside for a ball. The count's now full, 3-2. Obviously, we'd like to see Harder get on base. Hit, walk, whatever works. Here's the pitch. That pitch is foul. Oh, don't dribble down the first baseline. It's fair, and the first baseman will step on the bag for out number 1.
That's the first baseman, Connor Knudsen.
That'll bring us back to the top of the lineup. Kane Schmitz, who's 2 out of 3 today. He's been on base 3 times. He's also walked. Here's the pitch from Meyer. That pitch is taken inside for a ball. And here's the pitch, swung on and missed, strike 1. Kane told me his favorite snack is Cheez-Its. He likes Cheez-Its. He was in batter's box. No, he was in tossing some pitches to Tucker Latterberger in the batting cage. That pitch is taken down low for a ball. Here's the pitch, taken upstairs for ball 3. So if you see Kane toss him a bag of Cheez-Its, he'd appreciate it. Get them little fun size. And throw my son some Gushers. There's a walk, ball 4. That'll bring up Justice Kelly. He's the one I was talking about that likes Gushers. When we were talking about that out by the batting cages, I think it was Jackson Kuhlman said, "I bet you got a bunch of wrappers shoved underneath your bed." Justice is like, "Oh, no, I don't." Yeah, he does. He does. His mom's always cleaning that stuff out underneath the bed. Shouldn't make him do it. I'm sure Justice will love me ragging on him on live stream. He's my son. I can do that, right? Yeah, I got the thumbs up from Blake Boer. All right, here's the pitch from Meyer. That pitch is inside taken for a ball. Almost hit him. Justice is 2 for 3. He also has a walk. He's got 7 hits on the season. Here's the pitch. That pitch is hit high, but on the right-hand side, foul. For strike number 1. Makes the count 2-1. Justice did get the pitch a little bit in this game. Came in with the bases loaded, nobody out. That pitch is taken outside. Ball 3. 3-1. Justice is an aggressive hitter, though. If he sees a pitch he likes, he will swing at it, and I know Coach will let him. Here's the pitch from Meyer. That pitch is taken upstairs for a ball. Ball 4. And that's what we need. We need base runners when you're down 7 runs. That brings up Jake Shore. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Jake is due. He is a good hitter. Very rare do we see him go 0 for in any game. And he's 0 for 4 so far in this one. Here's the pitch from Meyer. Taken for a strike. He didn't like that one. You'll see Jake move up and back in the batter's box depending on how fast the pitcher throws. Right now he's standing in front of the batter's box. I mean, not in front, but toward the front. Closest to the pitcher. When he's facing a pitcher with a lot of velocity, he'll move back closer to the catcher. Some guys, it messes them up doing that, but not Jake. He's been doing that ever since he was a kid. He hits that ball, dribbler. He's going to get an infield single on that. Pulled the first baseman off the bag, but that was right. That was a swinging bunt, which worked. That gives the Warriors 13 hits versus 12 for the Sailors. So if you looked at the box score not knowing what the score was, you'd think this was a real close game. But credit the Sailors, they've gotten the key hits. We've got the bases loaded now for Tucker Latterberg. He's 1 for 4. Meyer comes set. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit right back to the pitcher. He's going to come home with it for out 1. Goes to first, and that's a double play. That's going to end the game, folks. The Sailors win 11-4. Very well played game by the Sailors. They took advantage of some mistakes that the Warriors made. They got some key hits. Also had some great pitching. Their first pitcher of the game was outstanding. Meyer came in and also kept the damage to a minimum. So give the Sailors the credit. They won fair and square. They're a good team. They have a good team. I expect them to do really well in NICL Central. Last year they finished with 19 wins. So we're going to wrap things up here. For the score, the Warriors got 13 hits today, scored only 4 runs. Also got 6 walks in the game. The Columbus Sailors, they got 12 hits, scored 11 runs, 7 walks, also struck out 7 times. I would like to give another thanks out to our sponsors. We now have 3 of them. Access Systems, the one I've been telling you about every game. Again, they're an Iowa-based company with offices across the state. We feature copiers, printing solutions, along with IT and phone solutions. They keep offices connected. The 2 new ones is Van Dale Insurance and Fairbank. They can help you with auto, home, health, life, crop, and commercial insurance. Talk to Chad or Amber Van Dale or any one of their fine agents there in Fairbank. Also, Casa Sports Bar and Grill in Fairbank. If you're looking for a nice place to watch the game or take the family out for dinner, they do it all at Casa Sports Bar and Grill. Benji and Nita, terrific people. Stop in and say hi. That's going to do it for us here at Wapsie Valley Stadium. Again, our final score, the Sailors 11, Warriors 4. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow the Warriors play up in New Albin. They'll be taking on Key High for a doubleheader. First game starts at 10 o'clock, and the second one, I believe, is at 2. I believe both games are against Key High. 10 and noon, I believe, is the starting times. We're not going to be able to do a live stream up there, but I am going to take my tripod and my phone. We'll connect to it via Game Changer. So if you've got the Game Changer app, or if you don't have it, download it. It's a free download. I'll have the video live, so that way you can at least watch the game. You won't hear a play-by-play at all. The app is free. I don't know if they charge you to watch the live feed or not. If they do charge you, I think it's like $7 a month or something like that. But I'll do what I can. Again, we'll see you tomorrow. 10 o'clock is the start time. Our next game here at home, I believe, is next Tuesday. So we'll have another live stream through YouTube, and that game will be a doubleheader. So we'll see you back here Tuesday night for that game. Again, that'll do it for us at Wapsie Valley Stadium. Our final score, 11-4. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to our sponsors for being a part of this. And we'll see you tomorrow or next. Hey, you want to say hi? Hold on. Come here. My grandson wants to say hi. Say hi.
Say hi.
Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Say, we'll see you next Tuesday.